What up, everybody? This is your boy, the Comic Outlaw, and I'm back and better than ever. Had to do a little bit of multiverse, this and that. Had to jump through a portal or two just so the authorities couldn't find me. And as I was going through this and that, I came across gray, green, whatever you want to call Goliath that I had to bail out for him because he smashed my world, if you know what I'm saying. But your boy, Jack Slater, decided maybe this man needs a top 10 of villains that have crossed his path. So, I decided to give you a top 10 of Hulk villains. My personal list, with a few honorable mentions, I might add. And if you like more honorable mentions, you could subscribe or hit me up on Jack Slater, twitter.com, Comic Outlaw. Yeah. But anyways, I would like to go through the top 10 villains. Now, I'm going to put a bottom list. Number 10, Puppet Master. Like I said before, I'm not one of those people going to explain everything. If you don't know, now you know, go read the comics. Classic character. Used to use clay, radiant clay, to make people do as well. I thought he was an honorable mention. In the first, Incredible Hulk cartoons, he was one of those characters that popped up now and then. So, I just thought I'd put him at number 10. Because Hulk doesn't have a lot of villains. Basically, he fought a lot of heroes. Basically, he's fought everyone. So it's kind of hard to pick, because he seems more like a villain than a hero if you see what your boy is saying. But anyways, now, number 9, the Sentry. Yep, I bet you're wondering why he's so low on this list. Oh, he has superpowers. Oh, he does this. Oh, he does that. I just don't like that he's kind of a pop-up character. Like, he was just kind of an add-in here and there. He was like the quote-unquote forgotten character. And it kind of annoyed me a little bit. Especially when he popped up in World War Hulk and he was like the salvation. And then it's kind of cool that he has a side character, the Void. It's part of his personality, but I'd rather see more of the Void than Sentry, or a little bit more add on the Sentry, because, damn. I think they pretty much did everything they could do with him. Read Adventures Dark if you don't believe what I'm saying. So, moving on. I'm going to go with another, I guess you say, B or C list character. He's also in Spider-Man, the Rhino. Yes, sir, the Rhino. He's appeared in many Hulk comics, although he's kind of a foil for Hulk. Hulk always ends up whooping that ass. He's one of those characters that constantly come back. I guess he's kind of like the Riddler, you could say, of the Hulk universe. If you hear what your boy's saying. Alright, now this is a wild card. I love this because I love the character, I love the powers, I love everything that he does. And when I was a kid, I watched the classic comic book ones, and not just the X-Men, the old school stuff, like when Captain America throws his mighty shield. Look that up if he got the guts. I go back that far. Before Spider-Man and his amazing friends, your boy has traveled the multiverse over and over again. Now, one character that I do appreciate is the Exorbitant Man. And true, he was a Thor villain, but he's expanded. I like they just mentioned like Hulk in the Ages of Smash. I know it's a little hokey. I know it's a little weird, but I enjoy that show to the max. I don't care what anyone says. There's my burrito. Bite it. But anyways, I always thought the Exorbitant Man was a nice character. I thought like in the Avengers, cartoons and everything, they kind of expanded his character. I thought he was cool in Ages of Smash. I thought Crusher Cam was an interesting character. And plus he had Thunderous. Props to him. My boy. Now, we are going to go on to the Maestro. Yes, Hulk from an alternate universe. If you don't know, now you know. I don't give a damn about spoilers. I'm telling you the way it is. He's a Hulk. Back in the day when Bruce Banner kind of combined all his personalities and he was Genius Hulk. But if you like it, you know. But anyways, Maestro kind of appeared in this time. He was a Hulk from an alternate universe, survived the nuclear holocaust, became more powerful, and then exterminated every hero and villain that got in his way, created a dystopian future, and established himself. Very interesting character. But unfortunately, he only had a 2-issue spread his first time out. You know, and then he had appearances here and there, and then the new Marvel he's appeared, but nothing really big. That's why I put him lower on this list, in case you're wondering. He's a fascinating character, a great character, but I just couldn't put him any higher because of his few mentions. Now, I'm going to mention the Juggernaut. That's my higher than Maestro. Reason is, Juggernaut and Hulk have gone toe to toe more than once. Wins here and there. Last time during World War Hulk, he whooped his Juggernaut's ass, but you gotta say he wasn't connected to the Jam. He was trying to be a good guy. He lost out on the power up, so you know. Anyways, so I had to mention him. He's just a bigger menace. He's done a lot of different things. I like that he's a villain for the X-Men. He's sort of been a good guy. He played the She-Hulk, I guess, from an alternate reality. Savosky, you know, like first it was like her sleeping with him, and then later on it was an alternate reality one. But in your boy's heart, I think she let Juggernaut shake those nuts. But anyways, moving on. I have to give it to the Abomination. Now, I know you guys have seen the Hulk movies, and then the Eric Bana movie. You know, the one with Edward Norton is pretty good. Abomination's one of those characters. He was sort of like the movie he experimented on, got big, got buff, you know, kind of a rival of the Hulk over the years. He was responsible for killing Betty at one point. But, of course, whatever lasts in Marvel, nobody really dies, if you get what your boy is saying, because this is always a multiverse where you rise again. But anyways, you know, I thought he was more relevant, more to the point. And now number 3, I'm going to explain away right here. Thanos. Thanos is, of course, a universal threat. If you've been watching the Infinity War previews, unless you're living under a frickin' rock, you've seen them. Thanos is the man. But in comics, he said the Hulk is one of those people he'd rather not deal with, because as he gets madder, he gets stronger. Hulk is on the cusp of being something more, something greater. And I think hopefully they're going to expand that Immortal Hulk. Marvel has a way of fumbling the ball, they have a way of dropping shit, but let's see if they expand on that. Because it would be cool if they took that little Thanos saying and expanded on how he's more of a threat. But I know Thanos is strong, smart, intelligent. He'd be more than a match for Hulk, one way or the other, especially if he had prep time. Everyone always talks about Batman. Well, Thanos is the cosmic version of Batman, only so fresh and so clean. Except he tends to get bored and lose out in the game, which is sort of sad. But anyways, read some comics and understand what I'm saying. Read Infinity Gauntlet. You guys are going to watch the Infinity War and not understand what anything's about. Read the Infinity Gauntlet, read the Infinity War, read Infinity Crusade. Oh, they're basing on this and that. That's what bothered me, is the Infinity Gems, not stones. Brothers and sisters, look it up. See what I'm talking about. Hopefully they'll bring Adam Warlock hearing about. Without the Fantastic Four, I don't know how they're going to open up that portal's door. But since they've been buying for Fox, maybe they'll be able to open it from the box, if you understand what I mean. Now, this number 2 is sort of a contested character. I understand that, but I'm going to throw it out here because he was a villain for so many years. And even the cartoon is a friend. It was sort of the first time, you know, Thunderbolt Ross, aka the Red Hulk. You don't know what I'm saying? Read Greg Packs. Read it. Buy it. Buy it now. But anyways, this Thunderbolt Ross has been an enemy. One of the first enemies of the Hulk, for example. Because his daughter is the one that he hooks up with, Betty. That Abomination helped destroy later. If you see what your boy is saying. Thunderbolt Ross has always been a threat to him. Military aficionado, general up the yin yang. Eventually takes a drug, makes him into the Red Hulk. He becomes a major DICK. But he eventually joins, I guess, the side of Angels, or at least the side of the military, the Avengers, whoever's holding the Captain America shield, I guess. So he's sort of a good guy, sort of not. I had to put him on this list. I mean, I would have made him number one, but since he's kind of a good guy, I had to drop him, you know. But before your boy mentions the number one spot, I would like to give an honorable mention to a few heroes that have been fighting the Hulk for a long, long time that I believe deserve some honorable mentions. The Thing. Yup, Ben Grimm. Member of the Fantastic Four. Or if you kiddies don't know, the big rock guy in Guardians of the Galaxy. Because the Fox movies suck. Well, you know, I gotta say the first two are actually better than the other one, so yeah. The man that played Thing, I can see him in another movie, but that's neither here or there. It's just Fox tends to bring the value down on things. Very sad. Very, very sad. But the Thing in the comic books is beloved. He's a blue-eyed, you know, not as strong, but smarter, more crafty. I mean, he's from Yancey Street. In the bar that he always frequents, they have a steel stool for him. One of the boys. And you know that street can always be brute force for a while if you know what your boy is saying. If you tangle the right kind of jungle and you know how to rumble. So that's Ben Grimm. Now, I'm going to say Iron Man for another one. Because I saw the Avengers movie and I don't think he beat the Hulk. That was a pass. He was hypnotized. I don't give a crap about that because in every comic book, Hulk stomps the Hulkbuster. So, yeah. In cartoons and everything. And Iron Man was the hand behind sending him away. The Illuminati. You know, you couldn't leave a rage monster to be. So I have to give it to Iron Man. Iron Man has been a hero, a villain, even before, like, infamous Iron Man, this and that, Superior Iron Man. He's always been kind of a dick. And the third, and I know you've been waiting for this, is Wolverine. Yes, the 5'3" Canadian killing machine, clawed out boy, ready to treat someone and shred them like a toy. Now, Wolverine has been a constant character, and he first appeared in The Incredible Hulk, as a matter of fact. And over the years, it's one of those frenemy things. They respect each other, they fought with each other. There's times where they've gone along, there's times where they fight. But Wolverine, the scrappy Canadian, has always been one to stand up and stand tall against the Hulk. So, what does that guy say about that? If I had a hero top 10, he'd be number one. Now, the number one vote for the top 10 villains, Hulk villains, is, of course, the leader. I mean, come on. Who'd you think it was going to be? Leader, man that was irradiated, opposite of the Hulk, brain got bigger. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain the origin if you read comics, if you know what your boy's saying. He's smart, kind of tends to plan things out. His ego is a weakness, though. Watch Agent Smash. It's kind of a good depiction of him, but not comic books, he's sort of darker, but not really. He's always the man with a plan. And I just chose him as number one because I thought he was the great opposite to Hulk. So that's why I think he deserves number one. Otherwise, it would have been Thunderbolt if he didn't become Red Hulk and then he didn't become a good guy and this and that, because I will not make a dude that was a villain to Hulk and then a good guy to number one. No. So the leader is number one. And that is my top 10 Hulk villains. This is your boy, Jack Slater. Hit me up on Twitter, Jack Slater, the Comic Outlaw. See you there. And if you find yourself lost and wondering, you always know where to find your boy. Hit me up.